Hello all, welcome back to my channel. Today we shall discuss on the basic structure of C++. So the structure of C++ is almost similar to C, but there are few changes, which we shall discuss. And also the sections which we discuss here are all not mandatory. Let's see which are optional and also which are mandatory. The first section would be documentation section, where you describe your code, your program, and also you mentioned the author, date, and also if you are doing an embedded coding, the information about your hardware, all those things can be put here. And this will be followed by a link section. This will be followed by a link section where you would add the the headers and namespaces. If you want to add some header files, say for example iostream or any math.h, or in any of your header files you want to include, you can include here in the link section. And also the namespaces. So namespaces such as std, using namespace std, so those namespaces can be added here. So the main reason for going namespaces, which we have already discussed, like to avoid the naming conflicts. Say for example you have two functions at different places with the same names, or two variable with the same name. Then to distinguish that, you create a namespace and give it a name, and under that namespace you create that variable, so or a function. Whenever you are calling that variable or function, you include this namespace. You take the variable from this namespace, you take the function from this namespace. So that information, for that reason you go for namespace. Anyways, that namespaces and headers can be included here in the link section. This will be followed by the definition section, where you define your macros. Although the macros can be defined here, and followed by the global declaration section. Say for example if you have some global the variables, say for example a variable is used in multiple functions, instead of defining it in multiple functions separately, you can directly put that global in the global section, global declaration section. So this will be followed by the class definition, which includes the data members and the member functions. And then finally the main function. Your main function will be followed after the class. And from the main you can define, I mean you can call your member functions, or you can call your user defined functions, or you can update the variables. You can create the object of the class, and do your calling part. So this can be done from the main function. So this will be followed by again the subprogram section, which contains the user defined functions. Say for example if you want to do some include some user defined functions, you can include it from here. Yes. So when it comes to the mandatory sections, the link section and the main function section, these are mandatory sections. And all other things like documentation section or definition, global declaration, and the class definition, of course you can write a program without using a class as well. And these are not the sub program sections as well, these are not mandatory ones. So when it comes to mandatory ones, the link section and the main function section, these are the mandatory ones. So now let's write a simple code to illustrate all these sections. So let's go to Visual Studio Code, and let's write a simple program. Say for example a program to calculate the circumference of a circle. So just add your comments here, author. And you can add some description. Say for example program to calculate circumference of a circle. Okay. So the definition, I mean to say the description section. Then this will be followed by the header file. So if you want to include some of the header files, like this will be followed by, as I told, the link section. So we the headers and the namespaces can be added here. Say hash include iostream we need, so we'll add iostream. iostream. And yeah, using namespace std namespace is also needed, but we will explore it using the namespace directly. And yeah, to calculate the circumference, you have this formula 2 pi r, 2 pi r, where r is the radius and pi is 3.14. So we'll define the macro has defined yeah, pi as yes, 3.14. Yeah, so this will be followed by, say for example, if you want some global variables, you can also add it here in the global section. So say for example, we have radius as the global value, with the value say 5 being the radius. And yeah, let's create a, yeah, class. Let's create a class, uh, say a test class. And yeah, class should be ended with the semicolon, that is known. And yeah, let's take a public access specifier and say for example a variable. And yeah, function as well, member function. So this is a member variable, member function. So void display, okay. And yeah, cout. Yes, before cout we need to use the, yeah, namespace std, yeah, followed by yeah, inside class, just to indicate inside class value of a, for example, uh, to be, yeah, whatever the value that we provide to a. And yeah, td colon endl, end line, okay. So this is done, class is ready. So as I told, whenever a class is defined, the memory does not get allocated, so the memory will not be allocated in the RAM. Only when the object is created, the memory will be allocated. Yeah. And also one more point is like the C++ is a portable one, the one of the main feature. Say for example, if you build here in this a Windows platform, and if you want to port it to a Mac, it's always possible, but it is platform dependent. The operating system should be, OS should be the same. Yeah. So let's say int main, let's create our main function. Let's create the object test class, t1 object. And yeah, let's provide a value to a, say for example as 10. And also we'll call the display function t1 dot, yes, display. So when we call the display in it goes to the, it goes to this function, and it just prints out inside class and this value of a, that is 10, that whatever we assigned here. Then also we'll try to print here in the main function as well. So std cout inside main value of a, yes, t1 dot a std colon colon endl, end line. Okay, so this is done. So yeah, we need to calculate the yeah, circumference. So we will define a user defined function for that. So let's say void circumference, say int c, uh yeah, int c is equals to 2 pi r, the formula. radius, yes. So std colon c out, yes. uh, Circumference, yes, yes, this one. And this is c, yeah. So let's just print circumference. So I think this is all good. So we need to, yeah, declare this. We'll add it in the global section. We will just add it here, yeah. So yes, so I think this is all good. So what happens is like, yeah, whenever we execute, it goes to the main it calls, it creates an object of the class, a test class t1. It assigns the value of a with the 10, and it calls the member function display, and in the display we are printing the value of a, which is already 10, so we get it as 10. And also inside the, this is inside the class, and inside the main function we get again the value as 10. Then this will be followed by user defined function. Okay, we need to call this function, sorry. Yes, we will just call this function and return 0. Okay, so it will be called and circumference will be calculated and it will be printed. So let's just run this. Okay, what is the problem? Okay, I think I just missed this point here. Yeah, now this is good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you see, first it goes inside the class and it prints the value of a10. It goes inside, I mean it is inside the main, the control goes inside main again and it prints 10. Then the circumference is calculated as 31. So this is how the flow is. But yeah, the this video was regarding different sections of C++ program. So the definition, sorry, the, yeah, the documentation section here, followed by the link section here where you have the header and the namespace. Of course, here if you have not used this std, if you want to directly use cout, you can use the using namespace std from here. So this is the link section, followed by the definition section. Yes, followed by the definition section where you define the macros, followed by the global section, the global variables and the functions, and the yeah, class section where you add your member functions and member variables, followed by the main function section, followed by the user defined function sections. Okay, so this was all regarding the basic structure of C++. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.